From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Evening Edition.
Hello, I'm Sara Donchey. You are watching live extended storm coverage on this first alert weather day, streaming on CBS News Bay Area. Right now, we are seeing a strong atmospheric river, a lot of rain. We've been talking about this one all week, trying to prepare you for it. So here's a live look at the conditions right now. So this is in Oakland, San Jose, and San Francisco. You probably noticed the rain started falling very hard this afternoon, and it's not going to let up anytime soon. Paul has been working on this all week for us, preparing us for this. So he's here tracking the radar right now. Busy.
Yeah, there's a lot of rain falling out there across most of the Bay Area. There are pockets where it's not falling as heavily. Every once in a while you think, okay, maybe it's tapering off a little bit. That is not going to last long at any point as we head through the rest of tonight. Let's zoom in for a closer look at various parts of the Bay Area. On First Alert Doppler, show you some of the heavier downpours, which are a little more confined to parts of the North Bay. A lot of light to moderate rain north of the Golden Gate at this point, but you've seen some of the heaviest rain accumulations so far with this system. Almost 2 inches of rain in Santa Rosa, over 2 inches of rain for Kentfield and around San Rafael. Some heavier downpours right now around Healdsburg, just south of Santa Rosa, right in between Santa Rosa and Rohnert Park. Some heavier downpours around Sonoma, going down the road towards Napa, and some of the heaviest rain is falling around Fairfield and Vacaville at the moment. Elsewhere across the Bay Area, we have even more widespread and heavier rain. San Francisco has been getting some heavy downpours. That has now been moving out over the bay within about the past 5 minutes or so, crossing the bay towards Oakland, where there's already some heavy rain falling. Same thing for the Oakland Hills and for most of the Tri-Valley. Livermore, and just a tiny little break in the action. That is about to come to an end as all of this rain from around the south end of the bay is going to be surging up towards you. We'll pan farther south, which includes the Santa Cruz Mountains. Been picking up quite a bit of rain there around Ben Lomond, Scotts Valley. A little tapering trend to the rainfall momentarily. It's going to fill right back in. San Jose getting some heavier downpours compared to what you've seen. Lightest amounts so far have been in the Santa Clara Valley, which is what we expect. You're in one of the rain-shadowed areas of the Bay Area, but you are going to pick up plenty of moisture out of the system along with the rest of the Bay Area. And you can see this extends back out over the ocean. We kind of run out of radar range once you get about 100 miles offshore, but there is still abundant moisture out there that's going to continue coming at us in waves as we head through the rest of tonight. So we'll switch from the radar loop over the last hour and wind the clock forward. Futurecast does show maybe a little brief break in the action trying to develop, but if it happens, which is a big if, it's not going to last long. More heavy downpours developing, rolling across the region as we go through the very early hours of Friday morning. If another brief break develops before the sun comes up Friday morning, all of this rain down to our south is going to be surging back up across most of the Bay Area just in time for the Friday morning commute. Like our advice was today, if you have the option to work from home, exercise that option. The drive to work on Friday is not going to be fun, or just go in a little bit later than usual if you can get away with that, because the roads are going to be a mess once again early Friday. Flood watch continues all the way through 10 o'clock on Sunday. That's a long time. Really, the window of time we're most concerned about is between now and about 1 o'clock on Friday afternoon, because the bulk of the heaviest rain is going to wind down as we head towards about midday on Friday. Gradually, that fire hose of moisture that's aimed at the Bay Area right now is going to shift down towards the Central Coast. But for the rest of tonight and the first half of Friday, we have to be concerned about the flooding of small streams, any low-lying areas, flooded roadways. That's been a big concern so far. We'll take a look at some of the flooding and wind damage reports that we've seen thus far coming up in just a few minutes. And we've had some mudslide reports as well, or even rock slides in northern Napa County. All of those remain possible as long as this rain is falling through the rest of tonight. We do have one flood advisory. It's an urban and small stream flood advisory until 9:45 for central Sonoma County. There have been some water-covered roads. California 116 near Sebastopol has been reporting both lanes being covered in water. Ponding on roadways has been a distinct concern with that heaviest rain falling for much of Sonoma County thus far. Again, those 2-inch plus rain amounts since the rain started. Elsewhere across the Bay Area, we're concerned about river flooding in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Our Kenny Choi is reporting from the Felton Grove area, and that's the spot that had significant flooding problems back in January. Back then, the San Lorenzo River crested at about 24.5 feet. I know you can't see the number because it's kind of faint here. It blends in with the background. Forecast crest is right around 5 a.m. tomorrow, and the San Lorenzo River is forecast to crest at 22.5 feet, just 2 feet lower than where it crested back in January, still within major flood stage that is likely to cause some more issues, especially in the Felton Grove neighborhood. Winds are also a problem, gusting right now between 40 and 45 miles an hour in Oakland, at SFO, and at Half Moon Bay. Otherwise, a lot of 25 to 35 mile an hour gusts on the map. That kind of windy activity is going to continue through the rest of tonight. The wind advisory Like the flood watch, it's in effect for way too long. It goes all the way through 4 o'clock tomorrow. The windiest conditions are going to be through sunrise Friday. Once the sun comes up tomorrow, the wind will still be noticeable, but it's not going to be nearly as strong. Strongest gusts are occurring right now through the overnight hours, potentially those strongest gusts up to around 50 miles an hour, which is strong enough to do more tree damage and result in some sporadic power outages. Now, this is all associated with an atmospheric river, which ranks as a moderate strength atmospheric river, believe it or not, an AR3 on our 1 to 5 scale. And usually what that means is a balance of beneficial rainfall from a long-term drought perspective and hazardous conditions. But we've seen so much rain so far. The system, an AR3, is having more of an impact of an AR4 system on the Bay Area. And there's another one in the forecast for next week, looking at our atmospheric river scale and kind of tracking it through time. The rain that we had earlier this week was not associated with an atmospheric river, not at all. Most of our rain chances during the winter aren't, despite what this winter would make you believe. This one ranks as at AR3, and then we see some lingering showers over the weekend, just typical leftover moisture, before a weaker atmospheric river heads our way Monday into Monday night. Well, it's only going to rank as an AR1, maybe an AR2. That rain is going to be falling onto already saturated ground, which means more flooding problems, something we're going to have to evaluate as we head into early next week. Maybe by the end of next week, we'll get into a break from the rain chances overall, which by that point we will desperately need. We'll check some of those flooding and wind damage reports coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say we're looking forward to that one,
definitely
this time around. Paul, thank you so much. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a live look at the roads from our photojournalist John Anglin. He's been basically driving all over the Bay Area today and into the evening. So he is on 680 near Danville. Obviously, it's wet out there. You can expect that. It's been raining for some time, but it looks like traffic is moving, which is good to see. We know there's obviously a risk of crashes and slowdowns when you see ponding on the road, but things are moving nicely on 680. Good to see that. Also, you might remember this dramatic video from Felton Grove back in January when swollen San Lorenzo River surged into a neighborhood. Homes and roads were underwater there. Not a good situation. Some people actually had to be pulled out in rafts and canoes. Kenny Troy talked with some homeowners who are hoping to ride out this storm too.
The water level of the San Lorenzo River right behind me at last check was at a little over 6 feet. That number is expected to rise rapidly to more than 22 feet overnight and into tomorrow, according to forecast models. Residents in this area have been through this before, and they're ready to leave on a moment's notice. With heavier rain and a daunting storm reaching the coast, residents know the San Lorenzo River can quickly turn into a raging one.
We got the RV pack kind of ready to go.
Michael Herzog is still cleaning up months after flooding damaged his home on River Road.
And just pushing it out, just washing this out. And it wasn't just once, it wasn't twice. Gosh darn it, 3 times, are you kidding me?
Many of his belongings were trashed, but there are things to salvage before the river behind his home rises again.
I just got to get everything up, you know. And so this chair, my grandfather's chair, you know, got to get up to higher ground.
Neighbors are tarping, boarding, and sandbagging where it makes sense.
You see this water line?
Right over here?
Yeah. That was a major flood that came in. That's how high it got.
Herzog's next-door neighbor's home, nearly destroyed after previous floods, is unlivable.
The floor is at 20, basically, 20 and a half. So 27 feet is just, you know, this deep.
Even with flood after flood in just a matter of months, Herzog isn't letting Mother Nature destroy his spirit.
You have a pretty good attitude, though, which is awesome.
When it's gone once and twice, you definitely learn to let go.
This area of Felton Grove is under an evacuation warning tonight.
All right, Kenny, thank you so much. So Paul has been talking a lot today about the North Bay and all of the rain that they have been seeing. So this is what it looked like earlier today up in Santa Rosa. Our reporter Andrea Nakano shot this video. You can see the rain on the roadway rushing out of canals. It didn't look like major problems, but obviously Paul was mentioning we have seen a lot of rain. Our Reed Cowan shot this video from Upper Lucas Valley in Marin County. Paul, I just want to have you jump in here. So they saw probably the bulk of the rain today, right, up in the North Bay?
That's where the rain moved in first, and it's where we expected the heaviest rain to fall to this point in the storm system was north of the Golden Gate, and that's where it's added up. We're going to get an update on total rainfall amounts to this point in the system coming up in the next probably 10 or 15 minutes or so. That information from the Weather Service only updates once an hour, but so far about 2 inches of rain around San Rafael, Kentfield, Santa Rosa, and when it falls in the course of 6 hours, yeah, the ground just cannot physically absorb that much water. Especially urban areas where so much of it is asphalt and concrete. It just runs off and finds any low spot that it can run to.
Yeah, a lot of our metro areas here in the Bay Area not designed to withstand that kind of water intake or that kind of flooding, as opposed to places in the South and the Gulf and elsewhere in our country. But yeah, obviously we've seen a lot of rain. Again, this video up in the North Bay, Lucas Valley. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside right now. We're going to have extended coverage, first alert weather coverage after this, a live look right now at the Bay Bridge. Welcome back to CBS News Bay Area extended coverage of this first alert weather day. I'm Sara Donchey alongside Chief Meteorologist Paul Hagan. So we're taking a live look outside right now, Paul. This is the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge. And what you can see in this shot that we don't always get a good vantage point is the wind blowing around right now. Yeah, sheets of rain. When it's raining heavily enough, that's when you get this perspective to go along with the wind. So you need both heavy rain and gusty winds, and that's the combination that atmospheric rivers produce. And boy, that is exactly what we are seeing right now. If you do have to be out on the roads later this evening, both hands on the wheel, lots of extra stopping distance, lots of extra time, lots of patience. I feel like this is probably the best shot that we've had so far of what it's like to be outside. Sometimes you go outside and you could just feel the rain hitting you sideways, and this is a good indication of that. And this is what we saw earlier tonight, the wet commute home from San Francisco. This is up to Marin County. Iconic shot, hopefully done safely via the passenger. But you could see, obviously, it was a wet commute, a slow commute, not unusual for the Golden Gate Bridge. No, but it's just extra slow when the roads are wet, and the windiest conditions, of course, are on the bridges because there's no surrounding terrain to kind of block that wind. So you get this view of, I mean, at that point, the rain wasn't falling heavily enough to be a significant issue. You can still use the intermittent setting on the windshield wipers. They're just going full bore at this point. Yeah, we've been seeing this pretty much throughout the day. Our Gianna Franco, close to the coast, she's showing us tonight how the conditions were ramping up in Pacifica earlier. It's not just the rain, you can really hear the wind.
So it is incredibly windy in my area right now in Pacifica where I live. It's about 4:30. I just want to show you how my patio furniture has moved around a lot within the last 20 minutes. It is not where it goes, and just kind of how rainy it's starting to be. So you can really feel it. And it has certainly been way more significant in these last 20 to 30 minutes here.
All right, welcome back to this extended coverage of a first alert weather day. Our photojournalist John Englund driving right now on Highway 4 near Hercules. Obviously dark out there and definitely wet on the roadways. But so far, not a lot of problems that we're seeing at this late hour. Of course, if that changes, we'll keep you posted, but you definitely want to take it nice and easy if you are out there driving on the roads. Our reporter Andrea Nakano has been up in the North Bay today. She has been in Santa Rosa, and she is reporting from there about what they're seeing.
I'm Andrea Nakano in downtown Santa Rosa, where it has been coming down for several hours now. It's raining in buckets, and once in a while we'll get these gusts of wind that really pushes this rain around. Now, as we were driving up here, we noted several flooded roads. Cars were being asked to turn around. Instead, some were driving through the water, while others did heed the caution and turn around and go a different direction. There is a flood advisory in effect in Sonoma County until 9:45, and people are being asked to be extremely careful on the roads.
CBS News Bay Area extended coverage of this first alert weather day, taking a live look outside right now. This is the Golden Gate Bridge. Traffic is moving. That is the good news. It is wet out there. It is continuing to rain, and there is some strong winds in parts of the Bay Area, so take it easy out there. And this is a look earlier tonight at the wet commute home along 101 in Marin County, just past Sausalito. You can see swollen canals along the freeway. We've seen a lot of rain in the North Bay.
That's really close.
Yeah, that is close. That's very close. Thankfully, not over, but close enough to be concerned. Obviously, water on the roadway is a recipe for disaster anywhere, but certainly here in the Bay Area, when we're not always prepared to deal with that. You were talking earlier about a couple of inches being able to move a vehicle. So, and sometimes it's tricky. Underpasses where you can't really tell what's in front of you, certainly driving at night, so you just want to take it easy out there. All right, so Paul has been taking a look at the forecast for us and all of the radar and all of the reports of damaged trees. And you know what? It's just, it is literally rinse and repeat, because we just saw this a couple of weeks ago.
Right, and that wasn't even associated with an atmospheric river. That was just a normal storm system blowing through the Bay Area. This is the first genuine atmospheric river that we've had since January. Of course, we had a parade of, I believe, there were 9 different ones that impacted the coast of California, if not specifically the Bay Area. We've got this one and then another one next week. That one is going to be a little bit lower on the scale, but it's just going to be more problems on top of already saturated ground. All of the icons on the map here kind of covering up the radar imagery. I'll show you the radar momentarily. All of these are the reports that we've had so far relayed to us by the National Weather Service via law enforcement and the public of either wind damage, mainly to trees, and flooding reports, whether it's rock slides or mudslides or water-covered roads. And there have been a lot of those thus far, and they continue to come in. Want to zoom in for some of the latest ones that have just come in within the last hour or so. There is one, this is from what they call non-thunderstorm wind damage. Basically just means the gusty winds associated with this storm system, which have been gusting up to around 50 miles an hour, knocking down a tree near an intersection, blocking the whole roadway. This is near Eldridge in Sonoma County. That came in just about a half an hour ago. This one came in just 15 minutes ago in Napa County near Deer Park. Boulders in the roadway, again, flowing downhill because of the heavy rain that has been falling in the North Bay longer than other parts of the Bay Area. There are other parts of the Bay Area getting heavier rain right now. It has been falling for a longer period of time north of the Golden Gate. Also very near Deer Park, not just that flooding report, but also a tree down blocking the roadway, and that report came in about 45 minutes or so ago. Farther to the south, we have in Contra Costa County, outside of El Sobrante, all lanes flooded at Castro Ranch Road. When you have all lanes flooded, that's when you just turn around and find a different route. Do not try to cross water-covered roads. You see these people making this mistake all the time, especially when they drive higher profile vehicles with a higher clearance. They think, I can make it right on through. Water doesn't care. 18 inches of water is going to float even a full-size pickup truck. As we go even farther down to the south, let's go all the way down towards Gilroy. We're seeing flooding reports there as well. This came in right at the top of the hour around Gilroy. Roadway flooding at Castro Valley Road and Santa Teresa Boulevard. This is a part of the Bay Area that had significant problems back with the January parade of atmospheric rivers. Let's zoom out and put everything in motion. You can see the rain just flooding in from the coast. There is a little break in the action trying to develop offshore. Even when we're in a break tonight, there are still going to be showers, and the breaks aren't going to last very long before the next wave of heavy rain moves in. So we're seeing the heaviest rain falling right now from the peninsula across the bay, most of Contra Costa County, much of Alameda County, and then in the Santa Cruz Mountains, where the rain is just going to come down in buckets through the rest of tonight and into early tomorrow. Futurecast shows that little break offshore, well, making its way in, but then being replaced by more rain. We get to about midnight tonight. That continues for a few hours. Another little break in the action. Gradually, once the sun comes up tomorrow morning, we're going to see the atmospheric fire hose of moisture. That's what this atmospheric river is, just a narrow channel of moisture aimed right at us. It's going to be aimed a little bit farther down to the south. So southern half of the Bay Area, still a lot of rain for drive time. The rain is going to continue in the Santa Cruz Mountains for the first half of Friday. By the time we get to lunchtime, I think we are going to see the showers becoming more intermittent. That'll be the pattern as we head through the rest of the weekend, more off and on showers. It could rain at any point in time, at any point on the map as we head through Friday night, Saturday night, and into Sunday is just going to be one of those kind of annoying patterns. But the rain, even though there are going to be some heavy downpours from time to time, they're not going to last long enough, and they're not going to be widespread enough to lead to any significant flooding threat as we head through the weekend itself. We'll have to watch for any leftover problems as the water flows downhill from the Sierras. That's mainly going to be an impact farther off to our east. But it looks like another batch of rain is going to move in Sunday morning. As that passes through, back to off and on showers as we head through the rest of Sunday. This forecast data runs out Sunday afternoon, right before the next atmospheric river heads our way. That is going to be Monday into Monday night. So adding up the additional rain on top of what we have already received, and keep in mind, we've already received anywhere from a quarter inch in San Jose to over 2 inches of rain for the North Bay. Well, we're going to get, again, more rain on top of this. Not all of it's going to fall tonight. Some of it will come at us in waves as we head through the weekend, but just a wet forecast for the next several days. And before I send it back to Sarah, I do want to focus on the CZU burn scar outlined in red here within the Santa Cruz Mountains, adding up the additional rainfall there. And you can see it kind of jumps a little bit in time because as the rain falls tonight, then you get a little break, but then more rain, and then more rain, and then more rain. Total amounts, another 2 to 2.5, even close to 3 inches of rain, and they've already picked up almost 2 inches of rain around Ben Lomond, one of the official reporting sites. This takes us through midday on Sunday. It's just going to be a wet weekend overall, and again, there's another atmospheric river headed our way Monday into Monday night. The leftover showers Tuesday and Wednesday.
I mean, you can see why in an area like that you would have a lot of anxiety about these kind of events because the inches add up and they're obviously at risk for mud flows and debris flows. So, Paul, thanks.
Yeah, one of our floor directors said friends of his in the Ben Lomond area, Santa Cruz Mountains, just decided to go to a hotel for the weekend. Just forget it.
I mean, I get it. If you have the resources to do something like that, that seems like a good plan. But, you know, a lot of people have just been hit over and over this winter. So thanks for keeping an eye on all of it. As always, Paul, we appreciate it. We'll check in with you in just a second. One of the things that Paul has been talking about a lot has been the snow accumulation up in the Sierra, which has really been crazy. They have seen so much snow there, and it continues to fall. I-80 has been a sore spot, obviously. That has been repeatedly closed right now near Castle Peak. This is a live look. It is open, though Paul and I were both speculating that may not remain the case because there's just more snow falling, and it's really treacherous driving conditions out there up to the Sierra. So we're going to continue to keep our eye on that as well. Welcome back to CBS News Bay Area extended coverage of this busy first alert weather day, seeing weather all over the Bay Area. This is a live look right now at the Bay Bridge. Traffic has been moving fairly easily on our local bridges, which is good. Obviously, there is a risk of accidents when we see weather like this. The roads are slick, and people really need to slow down and take it easy out there. Elizabeth Cook just sent us some video from outside her home in San Francisco. Here's what it looks like there tonight.
Rain's definitely coming down in San Francisco. This is my garden. You can see kind of my bistro lights going back and forth a little bit in the wind. These are all my freshly painted flowers and my roses there. Hopefully they're going to last through this major storm. They're definitely going to get the rain or the water. Just hopefully not too much. Hunkering down for tonight.
Yeah, and breaking news, Liz is congested. Poor girl. You can really hear it. You can really hear it in that video. A lot of
She
people
sounded okay during the news earlier. I guess the medicine wore off.
Yeah, she was out sick. Well, anyway, she's still working, so we appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
All hands on deck when we see weather like this. It's pretty widespread. You know, Paul, we have staff that live all over the Bay Area, not just in San Francisco, and basically everybody is sending in their video right now, and pretty much everywhere it's raining.
And it's windy. Yeah, so it is just the same story across the board. I want to take a look at a couple of the latest reports that have come in terms of flooding reports and some tree damage as well. These are both from Contra Costa County. This is from the San Pablo area, flooding the I-80 off-ramp near San Pablo. That has flooded. So again, the on and off ramps tend to be in lower elevations. If they don't climb, it's either overpasses or underpasses. And the underpasses are going to be much more likely to flood just because the water is going to collect in those locations. Fortunately, the rain is tapering off a bit. You're seeing a lot of green on the map in that part of Contra Costa County as opposed to the yellow or the orange or the red. That's still raining at a good clip along 680, and one of the latest damage reports is from, well, very close to my house. It's not at my house because we actually have the address there on the screen. This came in within the last 10 minutes or so near Alamo. A 75-foot tree down across the entire roadway, Pine Tree Drive, and some damage to houses nearby. So hopefully our assignment desk is hearing the sound of my voice, and we will get some people to check on that. We'll hope that everybody is okay and hope that the damage has not resulted in any water getting into those houses because there is still plenty of it falling from the sky. We'll take the damage reports off. Let's just look at the radar imagery at where the heaviest downpours are occurring. And again, we'll go north to south. Another band of heavier rain is moving from Middletown down towards Santa Rosa. It's moved out of Healdsburg. You're seeing a slightly lighter pattern of the rain for the moment. Some heavier rain right now, especially in between Napa and St. Helena. There have been numerous problems in Napa County, both with water-covered roads and some debris flows. It's just going to be one of those nights. The gusty winds are going to continue for several more hours. That heaviest rain inland in the East Bay, and again, some of the latest reports have been coming in from there too. Still heavy rain over the eastern half of Contra Costa County, even a lightning strike here. This is the first one I've seen all evening. Far northeastern Alameda County, almost completely out of the Bay Area, just to south of Discovery Bay. And the heavy rain continues to fall in the Santa Cruz Mountains. That is going to be the spot that is going to pick up the heaviest total accumulations, already almost 2 inches of rain for Ben Lomond, and you're likely going to pick up at least another 3. Let's take a look at Futurecast through the rest of tonight. A little break in the action might try to move in over the next few hours, but it's going to be replaced by more rain around midnight into the wee hours of Friday morning. By the time we hit drive time, the main focus for the heaviest rain is going to be basically over the southern half of the Bay Area, but that rain isn't going to wind down until we head towards late morning on Friday. After that, off and on showers still in the forecast over the weekend, but we can handle those after the inundating rainfall that we're dealing with right now.
All right, Paul, thank you so much. We appreciate it. CAL FIRE crews in a helicopter have been dropping bales of hay to feed starving cattle snowed in up in Humboldt County. Since the last winter storms, cows have not been able to graze. Ranchers also can't reach their herds because the roadways are blocked with snow. Taking a live look outside right now, we'll have more extended First Alert weather coverage right after this.